Hey, welcome everyone, and thanks for listening to I'm Just Saying Sports Podcast. I'm Deval, the host, and I want to take a minute to tell you about our exclusive content and bonus videos that you can get with a subscription for only $2.99 a month. With your subscription, you'll receive first access to our podcast episodes and bonus videos for everyone who subscribes on Spotify. You can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, SoundCloud, Castbox, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and YouTube Music, just to name a few. Also, check out our website, I'mJustSayingSportsPodcast.com, for merch and giveaways. All right, that covers everything. Thanks again and enjoy the show. What up, everybody? Welcome to our live edition of I'm Just Saying. Yeah, man. So we want to answer everybody's questions about the waiver wire, who they should pick up. One guy, one of my friends, he was talking to me and he was like, yo, man, it's slim pickings for the waiver wire, bro. He's like, I don't know who to get. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? I want to help you guys out. I want to help you out, brother. So you asked the question, man. I'm on live. I want to help you out. I want to answer all your questions right now. So I got Davey. Football's with me. This man knows fantasy, guys.
Here, what's up?
That's right. Let him know who you are, man. Say it with your chest.
At Davey Football is the fantasy football guru. You know, that's a name that was given to me. It's not one I made up for myself. Multiple championships, multiple leagues, dynasty, standard, PPR. I got it all covered. We got you covered.
Talk to him, man. In case they ain't know. Talk to him. And then, but he's really, he's legit. He's legit. Because I used him to beat Dalton. I got Dalton with me right here, man. Shout out, Dalton.
What's good, my people? What's good?
Yeah, man. He ain't see that one coming. That dub came quick. It's like a tornado.
Figured it's coming after 4 years of you losing. At some point, at some point you'd win. At some point.
But, you know what I'm saying? To the victor goes the spoils. That's what they say. So I'm cool with it. So we got a nice jam-packed show today, man. Where to get started? We got a lot of stuff to get started with, bro. We got so our topics for today, we're gonna do the waiver wire for week 12. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about there. We got some breaking news, stuff that happened along the league right now. Some crazy stuff, you know. My Giants, you know, we finally benched Daniel Jones, long time coming. The Jets are just firing everybody, and it's just we got a lot of stuff to talk about, and it's hard out here, man, to be a New Yorker for football. It's not so pretty. But we got a Bears fan too, so you know we all in the same.
It ain't pretty in the Midwest either.
We all, you know, we feeling a little but you know what, man? At least we got fantasy. I think we all got winning records up here, right? I think we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we up there. I'm third, but I lost this week.
In every league except for your kids' league.
And you know, so it happens. You know, fantasy, it goes. It's week to week. You know, that's why you got to adjust your lineups accordingly.
No, those kids just took all my picks. They listened to the podcast and they just took all my picks.
Shout out to that's a great thing. Yeah. It's all right. There's no money on the line with that one, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't really matter. But yo, it's all good fun for that one. So yeah, let's keep it going. So all right, there's some want to do breaking news?
And we start off with that.
Let's get into it. Let's get into some breaking news, man. So, all right. So, breaking news there. I know you guys already know about it. The Jets, they fired their GM. What's his name? I'm sorry. I don't have the article.
Joey D.
Joe Douglas. Yeah. And I got into an argument with some people on X about this one. Hopefully they're on. Because how I feel, personally, I feel that if that same team, let's say the same receivers, Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, the running back, Brees Hall, if they were on the Chiefs, the Chiefs would be undefeated right now with Patrick Mahomes.
They still are almost undefeated.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they will be. They'd be completely undefeated right now. Nobody would beat them if he had Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson.
No.
You would not beat them. You would not beat them. The problem is the quarterback for me, but everybody wants to blame it on the GM. They say, oh, the GM's terrible, but he put up a really good squad together.
I mean, he's only missed, on 2 people compared to what he's drafted since he's been in the Jets?
He missed on Aaron Rodgers.
Well, he missed on Zach. I'm talking about the people he drafted. It was Zach Wilson. What was his name? Becton or something like that?
Yeah.
I know you might. Yeah. But he hit on who? Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner. I mean, I think the owner's
and
just,
some of the lot of people
reaching.
On the defense.
I think he messed up when he fired Saleh too. So I think that was a premature fire. But I think at this point he's just trying to. And he paid Aaron Rodgers money. I mean, he bought into the Aaron Rodgers. They thought they were getting something different. Now the Achilles, it hurt. It didn't help the situation at all. But no, it still didn't. You can't say it didn't. I mean, who knows what would have happened last year if he didn't tear his Achilles 4 plays into the first season.
Yeah, maybe. I
think what
do you think, Dave?
So as the resident in here, this was one that I was wrestling with, even leading up to before today's announcement, because it's like, to what you guys both mentioned is he did have some hits, but he did have some misses, and I think like what it comes down to is that the misses in today's NFL and the offense, like you can't miss on quarterback and you can't miss on left tackle. Those are the most important positions on offense these days, and that was a big whiff. Like you saw Tristan Wirth go after Mekhi Becton. Tristan Wirth is 8 years better than Mekhi Becton. We got rid of Darnold to draft Wilson, and now you see what Darnold's doing when Darnold finally has some talent around him. And then I think the other piece that we don't know is behind the scenes. Like we don't know if it was truly Joe Douglas's call to go get Aaron Rodgers, or if Woody forced him to go get Aaron Rodgers, because Woody likes to meddle. And, we don't know if it was his decision to fire Robert Saleh or not. Like, that could have been a Woody decision also. But it was also Joey D's decision to bring back Saleh after last year, after 2 7-9 seasons. So there's a lot there. Like, this is a good GM. Like don't get me wrong. I get another shot a couple years down the road. Maybe he'll go be, director of player personnel or something like that for a couple of years. Or maybe he gets another. I don't know. That's just super rare. But I think he's good enough to get another shot. Those two really hurt him. And then seeing what Sam Darnold's doing now. And then the Aaron situation, like that's just a mess. Even if he got him, to give the franchise away to Aaron Rodgers, like even if that was Woody's call, he was damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. But like you can't sign Lazard, Randall Cobb, all these other guys, Nat Hackett. Like that's all on.
Yeah, that was on them too for going in. For caving into him. Yeah, I get that. Man, but I don't know with that roster and stuff, man. I still don't think the record should be what it is right now. That's just me personally. From watching football almost my whole life, bro, to see somebody. I mean, I know he might be 40. He had the Achilles. Okay. All right. But it's like,
I mean, you got to think about it.
That bad?
I mean, you got to think about it. Tom Brady took a dip when he went to Tampa Bay. They had a stellar defense that kind of carried him in the playoffs.
It's going to be a decline a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, even if you're going to take the Achilles out of it.
But we can't even put
he
Tom
ain't
Brady
be the same
MVP
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, no. But we can't even put them
I'm
in
not
the same
trying
category.
to put them in the same category. I'm just saying what has happened with the same age. Because Tom Brady did it at the same time in the age when he went to the Bucs.
He had a dip, but he was just a better leader, better quarterback.
Better leader for sure. I think that's where it starts, though. When you're a quarterback, whether you want to be or not, you are a leader of the team.
Right.
Whether you want to be or not.
Right. So shouldn't he have put his arrogance? Shouldn't he have just put his arrogance to the side and be like, hey, you know what? I can't do the things that I used to. So, I got to lean on you guys a little bit.
He doesn't even talk to his family.
I'm not going to blame you guys every time you mess up.
like watching Hard Knocks, and not this season, but the season before, like everyone was bought into Rodgers. Like they loved them. Like the kids loved them. The wide receivers loved them. Like everybody seemed to love him. So like I don't think
until the
like
game starts.
yeah. So I don't know if his leadership really hurt him as much. It's just this year. Again, we talked about it a little bit last week. Like I do think a lot of it's still mental, that he's just trying to get rid of the ball quick. Like he's not the same player that he is. Like full stop. Like
Yeah.
like that's a fact. And that's hurt the team. And like they did everything possible to try to help him. They got Devontae Adams. They had Randall Cobb, who, by the way, I think should be at least a wide receiver in the future, and maybe a possible OC.
He should be.
Like they brought in all his boys, and with Brady, when Brady went down to Tampa, they brought in all his boys, except they were better. They brought Gronk and whoever he wanted. So I think it's AB.
Well, Brady had full pull too. Like they gave him full pull on everything. Like he's the reason Gronk got the rights transferred. Nah, not the way that Brady did.
Oh man, I don't know. Like we signed.
Rodgers got pulled, bro.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the same caliber
he
that
got
Brady
Lazard
had?
and Cobb, and he had pull.
Those guys would have
solidified.
Like Nat Hackett. Nat Hackett was a train wreck after Denver. Nobody was touching him.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. That's crazy. Let's move on. So the Giants, man, we got our quarterback. Yeah, man, it's Tommy DeVito.
The third string. The third strings.
The third string got promoted to the starter over the second string because we don't want Drew Lock to win games. It's just that simple. We feel that we can lose.
You ain't winning games.
He's going to be playing to try to start somewhere, so he's going to be trying to win games. We feel in our hearts that Tommy DeVito give us the best losing options. You feel that we got no chance.
You want Cam Ward?
Huh?
They want Cam Ward.
Yo, we are tanking for quarterbacks. That's what it is. Whoever we get is better. So let's talk about this one. Where do you think Daniel Jones might end up? Because some are saying the Panthers.
CFL.
That's a very good one.
Serving Tommy DeVito's mom's cutlets at the local deli.
Yeah.
The Panthers really do that.
That's really, what is he going to do? What is he going to do?
Good for the Panthers. Like, not to go back to
Rodgers, there you go.
I think if the Jets cut ties with him, like they're the one organization that would want a 41-year-old quarterback. Or Daniel Jones, man, yeah, he'll be a backup, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't see it.
And he ain't getting a starting shot, no.
No, he's not going to get a starting shot. He shouldn't. He'll probably be a
if he does
somewhere.
It, beat Carolina. Carolina be the only place that he could start at.
Good question.
He's not better than Bryce Young, though.
No, he's not.
No,
but Carolina's organization, since the owner, he's not a football guy, and he runs that team. A lot of people in that draft wanted them to take C.J. Stroud, all his scouts and stuff. And then he said, no, I want Bryce Young. Now, I'm not saying Bryce Young's a bad quarterback. I like Bryce Young in Alabama. But Carolina has no... I mean, there's a little bit of talent. Like, I like Xavier. I like Jonathan Brooks. But there's nothing else.
You can say Bryce Young's a bad quarterback. It's okay. He's been a bad quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, I know where Daniel Jones is going to go. For a second-round pick, he's going to go to Dallas. All right, so...
Hey, how'd Jonathan Mingo do? How'd Jonathan Mingo do, Devon?
Yo, Jonathan Mingo had 175 yards. 2 touchdowns. 100%. 100%. All right, man. So we're about to get into it. We're about to go straight into our waiver wire ads. Hopefully somebody's listening. If you are, chime in, type in, say what's up. Because we're going to try to answer some of your questions right now. All right. So we're going to go straight to the quarterback position. Who do you want to get as a waiver wire ad for bye weeks, injuries, who would you fire up, Mr. Footballs?
So this blew my mind. Like when I was, looking into this today.
Anthony Richardson.
No, the Jets made him look like, Lamar Jackson, but I was blown away that Jameis Winston's still available in 80% of sleeper leagues. Like,
that's nuts.
That's wild, man. So over his last 3 games, he's averaging 320 yards per game and 2 touchdowns. And the best part, he only has 1 game with an interception. Now, granted, in that 1 game, he threw 3 of them. But it's still just 1 game. So it's a crime to me that Jameis Winston is still available. And especially if you're in a 2 QB league, or even if you have one of these other quarterbacks that we thought was going to be great, that's not putting up major fantasy numbers. Like Jameis Winston, give you yards, he's going to give you touchdowns. Sure, he's going to give you picks too, but he's like a 20, 25.
That's only 2 points compared to 6.
Yeah, he's going to sling the rock.
Oh
yeah,
18%. I was like, no way. So if he's still available in Dynasty, snatch him up in Dynasty.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, snatch him up in Dynasty. That makes total sense.
Machine.
What do you think about Stafford, though? I have Stafford as one. Because, he's only rostered, from what I saw in my research, 28.3% of leagues. And I think it's because of the injuries. Yeah, I think it's because of the injuries that happened to Cooper Kupp and Puka. Because, they just didn't have the explosiveness on the offense. But, now, they got everybody back healthy. Against the Eagles, I think he's a stream, like a friend's QB1. Like, if you have to stream somebody, I think he can pull it off.
As defense. But if Stafford's available in your leagues, snatch him up too. Since Puka came back, 6, 90 yards a game, 290 yards a game. If he's available, snatch him up. I would probably Winston more long term. But Stafford's there.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, what are your thoughts on Anthony Richardson? You think he's worth picking up after everything that's happened? Because he was
off that train.
Because he was drafted pretty high in some leagues that even I was in. Like, he was drafted pretty quick. And I get it. The hype was there with the rushing and everything, but
to me, he was probably the most common question I got on Sundays on hey, should I start Anthony Richardson or this other quarterback? One of them was Drake May. That's just the first one that pops in my mind. But I don't. Yes, the Jets said Lamar Jackson. That's kind of a lazy comparison. I think he's more early, first year Josh Allen than Lamar Jackson. But he trust him, dude. I recommend that everybody that asks to sit him. Of course, he has the game of his life, but the dude coming into the Jets game was 42% on the year completion percentage. He's the ultimate boom or bust QB, and that's not what you want from your QB. But
he is young though, very young. If you have him in a dynasty, I'd say keep him. Don't bail on him yet.
Yeah,
but redrafts, yeah.
He's your second QB, take a dart. But if you're in a 1 QB league, man, I'm with you, man. I'm off the Richardson train.
But in a couple of leagues too, Bo Nix is available too, which is I don't know how he's.
That's insane to me. Everybody should have him by now.
Yeah, but I would definitely take him if he's available. I would take him and play him over Anthony Richardson.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
I just think the Jets are a dumpster fire, so that's how that happened.
Easy now.
I'm sorry.
You don't want us to start talking about the Giants, man.
My Giants suck. You already know. We a dumpster fire too. We're all up in there. MetLife is just everybody comes beat us in MetLife. It's just what it is, bro. It sucks. It's terrible.
I put a poll out on Sunday. Hey, who should I start? Bo Nix or Sam Darnold. It was 66% to Bo Nix, so I ran with Bo Nix, and he dropped 16 more points than Sam Darnold. So
I voted on that for Bo Nix because I started him too.
Yeah. I was getting
He won
nervous.
me a league.
Like first half, Darnold was carrying it up. I was like, damn.
He was.
All right, let me get your guys' opinion about Drake May. What do you guys think about Drake May? I think he's a talented dude, bro.
Like him. He just don't got talent around him. He just doesn't have talent around him. I think he's a good dual threat. He's shown it. He can run a little bit, and he can spin the ball when it's on. He can throw it. I just don't. Me personally, I don't believe in Polk. I don't believe in Bourne. Hunter Henry is probably and Austin Hooper are probably his best targets in my opinion, with catching passes from a rookie because he's gonna have mistakes, throw it a little high outside, high inside. I just don't believe him.
Rookie too?
Yeah, but I don't believe in Polk like that. I don't think he's gonna be their wideout one. But Patriots have never been good at drafting wideouts. They always get him in free agency. The only one they drafted that was great was Julian Edelman. That's it. And if you consider it tied into wideout Gronk, but Randy Moss, free agency. Yeah. Even when they had Chad Ochocinco, I mean, he didn't do that much in the postseason.
Deion Branch too. He was
Wes Welker, free agency.
Yeah, free agency too. Branch was too.
They just never drafted good wideouts.
No.
But Drake May, solid. I think they got a franchise quarterback in him.
Okay.
I agree. I think that I think everything that you said makes it more impressive on what Drake May's been able to do because they don't have a lot of top wide receivers like Polk. To me, there was 3 wideouts that were drafted from University of Washington. Odunze, the other dude's name is escaping me, and then Polk, and I think Polk was the worst of the 3. I agree. So that's why I think everything that Drake May's been able to do because of the around him is really more impressive. And I thought coming into it, he had the highest potential for bust. He kind of reminded me of Daniel Jones. So
yeah, everybody thought so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duke guy for Daniel Jones, UNC for Drake May. But I mean,
not football schools.
No. And Trubisky was the other guy at a UNC.
Yeah.
6'4", 225. I mean, the dude's slinging it, man. I think he's got a future.
I think he's good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Let's keep it going. What about running backs? Where we at for running backs?
I'm probably going to catch some heat from some people, and Dalton, maybe you're one of them.
Yeah,
with my man.
Yeah, I started him. I ain't gonna give you that much heat because I still won that league, so it's all good.
Hey, I still believe in him, man. I think Sean Payton's pissing me off because he keeps saying, "Hey, this guy's the man. This guy's the man," and then he doesn't give him the ball. So I still believe in him long term. So I went. So far, I went super deep again. And again, this isn't somebody that you would play next week, but this is somebody that you hang on to. You stash them, maybe see what's what. But Dylan Labe from Vegas. So in Las Vegas, field's a mess. Madison sucks. White sucks. Abdullah's a 9, so he's not the answer.
They're both injured too.
Yeah, and
Madison and White,
and they both so. I know we're probably scrambling to pick up Abdullah, but I think Dylan Labe is the pickup. Look, he's their 6th round rookie, so at this point, you might as well see what you have in him. They're going nowhere, and yes, he fumbled on his only carry in the NFL thus far. Way back a few weeks. But if I'm head coach, and hell, at this point, I might have a shot to be. We all might. I'd see what we. In the kid who led the FCS in all-purpose yards on all game last year with over 200 per game. So he's super deep dart, only picked up in 3% of sleeper leagues. I was surprised that it was even 3%. But Dylan Labe would be who I want. Or if you want somebody a little bit more established, go ahead and go after. He's a rookie, so that's not what I mean by more established. I mean that he Raheem Mostert on Miami's depth chart for RB2. So those are the two that I would go with: Dylan Labe and Jalen Wright.
What do you think about Cam Akers over there in Minnesota with Jones dealing with that rib injury? And I mean, the past 2 games he's gotten 12 plus touches. I mean, he hasn't done anything with it yet, but
We had I talked about him a little bit last week, and for those reasons, is that Aaron Jones is always banged up. It's a good offensive line there in Minnesota. Like if you grab Cam Akers. If you're cool with waiting a little bit, kind of see how the backfield shakes out, I'd go Labe or Jalen Wright, or well, hell, Akers might have long too, but Akers is definitely the better bet for more immediate. And he's okay. If you have $5 left to spend on free agency budget, take Akers. Akers is the safer pick of all three of those.
Yeah,
I guess is the easiest way to say it.
So do you think like Labe is more like a stash for like the playoffs?
Same with Jalen Wright, because look, A-Chain, he's still by so away from missing the rest of the season, and their stashes. If you need somebody right away, Akers is would be the pick over all three of those.
All right, so definitely. So Cam Akers, you would go. Who else?
Dylan.
And Jalen Wright. Okay. Those are good ones.
Yeah, there were some people, even coming into the year, a lot of people had Labe, as a sleeper pick. Then he just never saw the field, which is,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the Raiders for you this year. I mean.
All right, so let's talk about wide receivers. Now, this one might be a little juicier. Pause. So there's some good pickups for wide receivers, man. How do you feel? What do you think about Jerry Jeudy?
I wanted to start with Jeudy, but from what I saw, he was on 60% of leagues, which I was surprised because I thought a lot of people would have cut bait. But if he's there, get him.
I cut bait. I did, and I regret it.
It was the right call at the time. Hey, it's just one game,
Yeah.
The other the dude that I had that I was going to talk about was teammates, with Jerry Jeudy. I mentioned him last week too, and it's another bad
rookie.
No, it's a bad decision that Joe Douglas made in letting this guy go. But Elijah Moore.
Oh, Elijah Moore.
29 targets over the last 3 weeks.
Ooh, I like it.
And he found pay dirt last week on 6 catches for 66 yards. So thank God he got that extra 6 in there to kind of offset that bad juju.
Mm-hmm.
If Judy's available, grab Jeudy. If Judy's not available, grab Elijah Moore for all the same reasons that we talked about Jameis Winston for before. Dude's gonna.
Yeah,
he is. And don't they got an easy schedule coming up too?
That easy schedule.
Check that out.
They're gonna face. They still have Cincy on their schedule.
Yes, they do.
Actually, I guess it's a little bit tougher than I thought. They got Denver, Pittsburgh, KC, Cincy, Miami, Baltimore. Oh, it's a little bit tougher than I thought.
Well, not in the secondary passing wise, though. I mean,
well,
all right. So
for Moore,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My fault. The good, if you get Elijah Moore, all the top corners are not going to be on Elijah Moore, so he's going to, run free.
Facts.
Yeah, they got a tough one. No, you're good. All right. So what about
sexy wide receiver? But people are sleeping on him.
Christian Watson?
That man's made of glass.
But the thing,
I know he is,
and he's like that. He around every year. He has good games and he has bad games and good games and bad games, and nobody really knows what to think of him. But I tried to, now that trade deadlines are up, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's all I was deeper in the bag with some of the running back picks, and this next wide receiver pick I think is deeper in the bag too. But when I say it, people will be like, "Shit, I didn't even think about that guy, but I should have." And that's Adam Thielen.
Damn, I didn't think about that guy.
I had his teammate on my list. I had his teammate on my list. I didn't even think about Thielen.
Damn, yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, you got us. You ain't lie. Go ahead.
Bryce Young's go-to guy, like, hey, take that for what it's worth. But like, let's not forget, last season he had over 100 catches and 1,000 yards. And with the emergence of Coker, that's gonna defenses now have attention to those guys, and that's just gonna leave the middle of the field wide open for Adam Thielen. So I think he can be, down the stretch. He's healthy now. It took 11 weeks to heal his hamstring.
He's getting up there in age.
Yeah, he's 34. He could probably still give you, he's not going to blow the doors. He's not going to give you 10 catches for 100 yards, but he can probably give you 6 for 60 touchdown. Like, flex.
A great red zone target. Great red zone target. Yeah. That's where his game always flourished in Minnesota too.
Like,
I like that one. I didn't even think about that
one. I didn't think of that one either.
Yeah.
Man, if you guys are watching, you're getting some straight fire right now, man. You're spoiled. That's what it is. We treating you too good, and nobody's appreciative. All right.
The guru's got to dig deep in the bag, man.
Yo, we got you, man. See, we got you, man. And even if we're not getting the feedback that I anticipated, man, we're gonna keep this up, man. You never stop just because you hit a bump in the road. You always keep it going. That's what they say. Yeah, I mean, I'm very persistent that way. Just ask my lady. All right, so moving on. Let's go straight up to tight ends. These guys are horrible. I'm sorry, people. I don't know who to tell you to get. I mean, just roll the dice. I mean, I'll leave it to a guy who has won more championships than I have. I've probably only won maybe like 5 or 6. And, I beat Dalton. So that's...
Not in a championship.
No, not in a championship, but I beat you.
That was his championship. That was his championship.
All right, man.
That was his Super Bowl.
This is why I bring it up. Because, he never lets me live. He never lets me get my time to shine. It's my time to shine, Dalton.
I mean, I can go grab the trophy real quick.
Forget that trophy. I don't even like it. It's probably got dust on it.
It does.
Ugly. It's an ugly trophy.
You gotta respect the sheep.
I gotta dust it. I intended to it in a while.
No. So I don't know what to do with tight ends, man. If you don't got Cade Otton and Brock Bowers, bro, you just screwed. I'm sorry, because
if you don't got
and McBride,
then you ain't been following us because we've been on Cade Otton for a hot minute. So that's their own damn fault.
Yeah, that really is, man. Tell them, let them know.
I like Will Dissly.
No, I like this Dave. I like Dave in the I'm Just Saying shirt. This is dope, bro. This is a different Dave, right? This is the man who's about to take social media world by storm right now. This guy is determined to help people win and help out the podcast at the same time. Mad love to you, bro.
Hey, I appreciate it. I feel empowered. I got my 2 men here yelling at the mic. So hey, I gotta be yelling.
That's
at
me
the
and
mic.
Dalton.
I see it.
I'm right. No, you're wrong. That's us all the time.
For sure, man. Dropping knowledge, man. Steady knowledge, and whether it's on here or on X, you gotta get your follows. Gotta get your follows in, man. Follow us like every Sunday. We're right up until kickoff. Giving advice every Thursday.
I really am. Really am.
I got you on Saturday.
I hope so. Yeah, we need to, man. I'm on X like all the time, man. I'm shooting the ish with everybody. I'm talking stuff to everybody, dog. Like just hit us up. That's it.
I've made some people mad with some college takes on X. I love it. I go back and forth with some people.
Yep. That's what we're saying. That's what we do.
Fantasy picks, but I've also made them very happy. So you gotta take the good with the bad.
Yep.
Yes, sir. So, like I said, tight ends, going back to tight ends, it's tough. It's there. I don't know. Sam Laporta is even the person I don't know. I drafted him high. You
I
know?
like Will Dissly a lot. He's still available in a lot of leagues. And the Chargers offense is really starting to cook.
And Taysom Hill. What?
I think that hardball scheme, I think, is really starting to hit stride. And everybody, the whole game's starting to click. Rushing game was the first part of the year. Now the passing game's starting to catch up with the pass protection. Quentin Johnson's starting to catch passes, starting to kind of emerge. Lad McConkey is what we thought he was going to be. And Will Dissly, he's just been sneaky, man. I mean, the past 4 weeks, he's been coming onto the scene again and just consistent. Over, for fantasy-wise, over 11 points easy the past 4 weeks.
Yeah. I don't mean to cut you off. I was trying to hold it in. But that Monday night game is going to be insane. Ravens, Chargers.
Oh, yeah. I like
Paul Bros going at it. I mean, if they run the ball with Derrick Henry, they should win. But never mind. Go ahead, Dave. I'm done with that one. No, that's why I lost.
It's two brothers coaching against each other. You don't know what's going to happen in that game. That's two brothers that know each other to a T.
Just run the damn ball. The older brother knows how to run the ball. That's J.K. Dobbins in him, bro.
If Derrick Henry is averaging 5 yards a carry, and he what's weird with the Ravens, and I know this wasn't the question, but lost it's the same reason they lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs. They just get away from the run. It's you're a running team. Run the ball.
Always have been.
Because they got rid of Greg Roman, who's now the offensive coordinator in Los Angeles with Jim Harbaugh, because they wanted Lamar to flourish and be this pocket passer, which, to his credit, he's made some throws this year that I did not think Lamar had in him. And routes and all that stuff. So, Lamar's his thing. But at the end of the day,
Derrick Henry might have opened up the field though, but go ahead.
But at the end of the day, it's you're a running team. Run the ball.
You got to worry about them.
They always have been. I mean, even back in the days when they won when they had the best defense, they had Shannon Sharp at tight end, but their running game was still top tier back then. It's always been the Ravens. When you thought about them, defense, run, almost kind of like Pittsburgh.
And that's why you got Derrick Henry, right? You didn't get Derrick Henry to be a decoy and shit. They're not even using him as a decoy on that 2-point conversion. To not have Derrick Henry on the field to at least have the threat over the run, that was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. But
Justice Hill's getting too much love. He's getting too much love.
It's gotta stop, though.
He's a good player in the receiving game for running back, but he getting a little bit too much love from Baltimore and their front office. I feel like
the OC. That OC got to chill.
Every game that Derrick Henry's only gotten 14 or 13 carries, they've lost. Every game.
We brought that up on the show. It's crazy. Simple. Run the ball.
And it was the same. 30-8, I think, when Derrick got over 20 carries.
It's insane. He's that running back that he gets into a groove at about 18 carries. And then you get him 24 in between 18 and 24 carries, he's busting one for 75 yards. He is. It always happens. It's happened since he's been in Alabama and his high school days. He's that type of back.
Derrick Henry.
Todd Monken just don't get it. The
whole team eats. You can't say, "Oh, we don't want to just run the ball," and the receivers are unhappy. They're going to get yards.
I mean, look at the play actions. Look how open Bateman and Flowers have been when Derrick Henry. I mean, if you think about it, the games that Derrick Henry had the 24 carries, go look at Zay Flowers and Bateman's games those days. They had over 15 to 18 points. They ate too. It opens everything up.
Let me ask you this question real quick, guys, and then we'll move on. Tight ends. All right, we're sorry, guys. All right, so you asked us a question, maybe we can answer it because who to pick up? Let's roll the dice. Anyway. Tight ends suck.
Facts.
Besides Lamar Jackson, we take Lamar Jackson right out of the offense. Derrick Henry is the best offensive player on that team.
Yeah, 100%.
Period.
Yeah.
You got 2 Heisman winners. I mean, nobody else beats it.
Why is this so hard?
They got
for them to figure this out.
2 at best. Zay's not
Yeah, like
number one. Bateman's not a number one.
No,
DJ's not a number
Zay
one.
would be a great number
dog.
2. Zay would be a great number 2. Like he'd be putting up the consistent points of 20, 22 if they had a definite wideout one.
They wilding out here, bro.
They can be
I think they
somebody's
just
Devontae Smith, but they don't have the AJ Brown to be Devontae Smith.
Yep. Yeah, I think they just trying to prove that Lamar's a thrower because all the hate that he got that he's only a running back, which yeah, his arm is inconsistent, but he can still throw the rock. Now this year he going stupid with it.
When Derrick Henry was going stupid, let's just keep it a buck. When Derrick Henry goes stupid, 100%. He goes stupid, and I mean, just keep doing it. Like,
I think that's why they lost that KC game because they were trying to prove. I don't even know if it was they or if it was Lamar that was trying to prove like, hey, I can sit in the pocket and I can really sling this thing. And I think like because last year, like, yeah, I know he won the MVP, but it really wasn't that impressive of a season from a number standpoint. But what he's doing this year, like
everybody else kind of played bad too. Though.
Yeah, there wasn't much competition, but
it did. Josh Allen was they were on a decline.
Yeah, Josh Allen had like 3 games where he didn't even throw a touchdown pass and had like 2 picks. But watching Lamar this year, like he has nothing to prove to anybody anymore. Like the throws that he's making, he's anticipating guys being open before they're actually open, and that's not something that I've seen from Lamar before. Normally,
he's throwing them open.
Yeah, normally he'd throw it 60 yards, but the dude'd be wide open, and he would wait too long to find people. He was always just throwing to the open guy instead of necessarily to the right guy. Now he's throwing people open. He's anticipating what the defense is going to do. Like if he's worried about being perceived as not a pocket quarterback, he's I think, and not that.
See, I don't know if it's him.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's him that thinks that. I almost think it's. I don't want to say hardball, but I almost think Todd Monken. I think
Harbaugh came out and said, Lamar will be the best quarterback ever. But so maybe Harbaugh's trying to prove his own point. You might be right.
Bruh.
I don't know if it's Lamar trying to prove it. I think it's one of the coaches. It could be Hardball. It could be Monken. But like Duvall said, I mean, Lamar is 8 when Derrick Henry 8. I mean, he went. I remember one game, Derrick Henry had like 25 rushes and over 150 yards. And Lamar went 16 for like 19 and had over 200 yards and like 2 touchdowns. It's like, I mean, it opens everything up. I mean, you could do both.
Ryan Tannehill ate when Henry ate. So
he made Tannehill look great.
They're number one.
And now Tannehill's sitting without a team. Yeah.
Come on, man. We know this. It's not rocket science, man. I don't get it. So hopefully we helped you out a little bit. So we're going to move on to the last segment, and it's called Get Off My Team, You Are Fired. So we are about to start firing people.
So I think...
No, go ahead. So if you got somebody you want to fire off your team, go ahead, man.
Might be the most motivation in media today, because last week I had Xavier Worthy on the You're Fired list. And he came out balling. He
did.
Like
yes, he did. He heard
like the first round pick. So we're firing people up if we're not firing them literally. So I got 2 for you. Tyler. JSN is here. He's on a tear over these last few weeks, basically rendering Tyler Lockett useless. Like. JSN might be pushing Metcalf to the that dude is.
He's looking good though.
I've heard those reports, man.
He's looking good.
And then just to coach.
So first one, who you firing?
Tyler Lockett.
Hit the road, Jack. You're fired. He's out of here. So who the next one?
On my Jalen Wright pick, Raheem Mostert.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hit the road, Jack. He's done. He's done. Don't you ever come back no more. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. For me too, I said it last week. If you guys don't know, I'm gonna tell you again. Michael Pittman, get the hell off my team. A disgrace. He couldn't even go up against the Jets, and man, it was just bad. It's just bad. If you had Alec Pierce, what's his name? Yeah, Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce.
Yeah, man. You know he's looking great. Josh Downs is looking great over there, man. It's get off the team, man. I picked him so high. I had high beliefs in this guy. I mean, high hopes.
Man, and like,
and he was coming out of USC.
Oh, come on. Oh, I thought him and Anthony Richardson, you know, they had a year, you know, they got the chemistry probably in the off season, you know, they'll probably come into this season like, boom, chemistry, boom, chemistry, boom, chemistry.
And ain't that?
No.
That's on the year for Michael Pittman. Like, I know a lot of people
get off my team, you scrub.
That's rough.
That's one of the ones that you gotta cut bait. That one stinks. So,
yeah, man, that's terrible. Man. That's terrible, bro.
I was a Pittman fan coming out of USC. I thought the Colts drafting him, I thought it was a good fit. Just ain't panned out. He might be one of those wideouts. Getting a change of scenery might help him out.
Yeah, bro. Maybe. So maybe next year if he goes somewhere else, definitely probably worth a pickup. But right now he's fired. He's done. He's fired.
He can reapply in the future, but
yeah, I can't. I tried to trade him. I couldn't even trade him. Nobody even wanted him, bro. Like, get out of here.
Smart.
Like, you probably, right. I don't even know what you could trade him for. Like, I
tried
trade him. Like, if I had Zach Charbonnet, like I wouldn't even trade him for Zach Charbonnet. Like, I would tell you to go kicker.
No,
like Charbonnet's got value as a handcuff, you know. So like, I don't know what you would get for Mike Pittman right now.
Fab. That's what I trade him for. That's about it.
That's actually generous.
Yeah,
5 fab you gotta get. Work out.
That's all you gotta
That's
get.
actually nice. No, somebody would have offered me that one. I would have took it. I'd have been like, yeah, let's go. Shoot, bro. But yeah, man, he has got to get off my team. He's done. And another person for me too is. All right, he went nuts these 2 games, bro, but he's come crashing back down to reality. My man, DeMarcus Robinson, dog, get off my team. Done. I'm done with the whole roller coaster ride. This is not Six Flags. This is my fantasy team. I want to win. Damn it. And he is not helping me out at all. The whole whoop, 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 whoop. And then I put him on my bench. He goes off. I take him off. I put him in there. He a dud. Bro, get off my team. I'm tired of even trying to figure the whole thing out. I'm done. I'm venting right now. I took that L, and I got whooped on by Puka Nacua. Not Joe Mixon, thank God. But I got whooped on. But you know what? I'm going to share this with you guys, you know, because this is really grinding my gears right now, bro. Like, it's bad. And, you know, I'm not going to be embarrassed by it. I'm going to share it with you guys. All right, so I lost by a guy. His name is Puka and Raleigh. I had 122. He had 145. It's not that terrible, but like I said, I don't like losing. I hold it dear to my heart, man. So
You're 2 weeks ago.
Last week. Well, yeah, the week that just passed. Yeah.
DeMarcus Robinson, or
it's because I started DeMarcus Robinson, bro.
We talked about this on the show.
So
we did.
I know.
Yeah, don't start him.
So look at this. Hey, DeMarcus Robinson got me 3.
That's on you.
I know. He got me 390. Tyler Lockett got me 390. Cal Pitts got me 190. Pearsall, goose eggs.
That's what I'm seeing, man. Like
Rashad Bateman, 5 points. The Texans defense got 19. Thank God I had them. So on my bench was Tyrone Tracy, Tyler Algier. I didn't play him. I had Khalif Raymond, got me 5 points. Mac Hollins only got 4. Ray McLeod, I had on my bench. He got me 10 points, and Michael Pittman got 9. So actually, Michael Pittman outperformed.
You should have started Michael Pittman. Are you
Pittman giving
still
it
gonna
back to you.
fire him?
Yeah.
You still
Yeah, he's
gonna
still
fire
fired.
him, bro?
Nah, he's still fired.
He's firing
I'm
you.
done.
He's firing you right
Yeah.
now.
Yo, he really did. So I lost to Jawan Jennings, who got 25. I had Will Dissly in a different league. I lost to Dissly in this league. Puka Nacua got me 25. I got him 25. Lamar Jackson, he didn't even do that great. I had Josh Allen. Juwan, what's his name? Jameson Williams. He got 22.
JMO. Yeah, he did.
Yep, that's how I lost.
PED drug test again.
Yeah, bro. That's just annoying, bro.
Mac last week, I think I gave some better. I was wrong on Mac Collins last week. I know that was one that I was wrong on. Calvin Ridley was another one I was wrong on.
It was tough.
It's tough. You never know.
You never know. Like Ricky
you don't
Pearsall,
know until they play the game.
I thought
man.
he was going to go nuts.
I thought
that hurt.
Pearsall, I thought was
I did start Jawan
Jennings
in one league.
Yeah.
I did start Jennings in one league. But I had no choice. I had no choice.
This man had 10 receptions for 91 yards and a touchdown. Come on, man.
You know what really hurt? I would have won one league if the 77-yard touchdown and Nico Collins to start the game didn't get called back.
You know what? I'm firing somebody else. You know what? Kyle Pitts.
Oh.
I hate you. This guy is another roller coaster ride, bro. 190. You only got one reception for 9 yards, bro.
That's bad.
1.9. Like, are you serious, bro?
Reason why no other tight end gets drafted in the top 10. Because he was like the most
100%
can't miss guy coming out of Florida. And
he was supposed to be the shit.
Yeah, like because everyone was already burned from who was the dude that got drafted before? Evan Ingram. Who's now doing pretty well. And then like Kyle Pitts was, you can't miss. Well, I guess Brock Bowers kind of is making up for that.
Yeah, yeah. Was Trey McBride early too?
No, him and Laporta, they weren't early.
Round.
I think one of them might have been like late first rounder, but none of them like Pitts or Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Cousins was supposed to be the savior for Pitts. Like,
yeah. Everybody thought that, man.
Weeks, he's 2 points, 9 points, 1 point. Wow, that's rough.
Come on. Come on, bro.
That's rough.
Yeah, you know I'm firing? Cole Kmet.
Oh, yeah.
Cole Kmet's gone. I bought into him this year, and it worked out in the first, 3-4 weeks.
Get up out of here, Cole.
Ever since then, it just ain't panned out. And I'm glad I got K. Dotton in one league to replace him, and I got Dissly in the other one to replace him. So I'm happy.
Speaking of the Bears, let me ask you guys this: what do you think if you're a dynasty and you got Caleb? What would you trade him for if you were looking, or what would you accept back in a trade for Caleb? I guess, or are you just saying, hey, I'm just gonna hold him if it's dynasty?
Right now, I think you almost kind of have to hold because you're not going to get back what you spent for him. Because automatically, if you got him, you
had a first
easily either took him number 1 pick or number 2. It depends who had the 1 or 2. I could have seen, I saw in some of my leagues, Jaden Daniels went 1 or Marvin Harrison. But Caleb was always in the top, I guess, top 3. So, I mean, you spent a lot.
The format or what type of league you're in. So, if it's a 2 quarterback
kind of, yeah, or a super flex or a 1 QB. I mean, if it's a 1 QB,
I probably wouldn't even pick them early. Being honest,
if it's a 1 QB, I'd still keep him. If it's a 2 QB, I mean, it really depends what your other QBs are, almost. But I mean, if you have another stellar QB, if you have a good 2-3 solid QBs, I'd almost stash them. And then you can get more trade value out of him later if he really starts popping up. Or one of your other quarterbacks starts declining, but it still has a name you could get him rid of. I'd almost keep him at this point. Because next year he's going to have a new regime. So, which can still be bad, though. That still could be really bad. It could go completely south.
Unless it's a 1 QB league. For me, if it's a 1 QB league, I would trade. I know that sounds crazy.
Let's just say hypothetically. It's a super flex league. Look, I'm selfishly trying to buy low. on him right now, so I'm trying to see like what you guys might accept back in the trade,
Buy low?
so I can go back. Yeah, I try.
I mean, you just kind of got to feel out what they, because I mean, I could see some people getting rid of them for not like a arm and a leg price to where they're asking for like a first rounder and like a superstar.
Right.
But I mean,
The first. That's what I was trying. It's a Cowboys fan that I was trying with.
I think you might have to give up more than Trey.
Yeah,
you might have to give up more than Trey. But a first rounder, I think, is going to have to be in the deal regardless.
Yeah.
Just because of what that person spent on him. Now, depending on their situation,
Jones, we might be able to.
Depends what the situation is. Now, if he has quarterbacks,
that's true.
Does he have quarterbacks stacked on? Like, what's his other quarterbacks you're trying to get?
Let me see. I can pull it up for you real quick. I got another trade scenario that I'll run by. I mean, you guys might have to jump. I don't know, but I got another one that I thought was interesting. Let me see who this guy's got. That's got Caleb. Let me pull up his team real quick. And maybe he's frustrated with Caleb. Maybe he can recoup because you got, Shador. Got Cam Ward coming out, but long term, I mean,
there's some hitters coming out.
Like Caleb, this team, he's got, and Rodgers. So Caleb is 2 right now.
Yeah. So the first rounder would definitely have to be in there then. So I was gonna say if he had like Josh Allen and say like see, I mean, you might get away with the. Now, if you did like a second rounder, you'd still have to do a superstar. But a first rounder, I don't feel like you have to do a superstar player. Not the way that the Bears season has been going, and with the factor that everybody knows coming into next year, it's going to be a new head coach and probably a new offensive coordinator. So it's going to be a whole new system. So nobody knows what's going to happen. Yeah. I mean, you can't get much worse, but the Bears found a way this year. So, I mean, no, I saw one thing. They said that the Bears Matt Nagy's projected to be a head coach candidate again, and they're like, watch the Bears rehire him. I was like, oh man, dude, I'm out. I'm leaving.
I think the Bears are going to go either they're going to make a hard push at Ben Johnson, or I think they're going to try to make up for their mistake and not hiring Cliff Kingsbury as the OC. And try to bring him in
and hire him. I'd like him to be the head coach. I think Ben Johnson won't come to the Bears. He's an in-division team. He's seen the chaos in Chicago. I think he's just smart enough. I would love for Ben Johnson to come over, but I just think he's smart enough to realize I don't want to deal with that because as a Bears coach and GM, you don't have the pull. It's a McCaskey family. They just don't evolve with the game. And it is what it is. I mean, time will take its course.
It is what it is. Podcast, man.
Yeah, man.
That's just what you got with the Bears now, dude. It is what it is.
He's just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So hopefully we answered some of your guys' questions, man. Hopefully it was helpful. Whenever you listen, or if you're listening and not talking, it's cool. But yeah, man, hopefully we answered some of your questions. Hopefully took a lot out of this. Yo, I greatly appreciate you guys for listening. If you are, first I would like to thank Davey Footballs for joining, man, and representing and doing this every Tuesday, taking the time out of his busy schedule to try to help you guys out, man. We really appreciate it. Dalton, hats off to you too. Great co-host sometimes. And man, it's great. And we're going to keep it pushing, man. We're going to keep this train going, bro. And yo, sky's the limit.
He's just pointing up.
Yeah, we're number one.
Yeah, that's all we're doing.
We're number one. We're number one. Hey, man, yo, but greatly appreciate it, man. To the next episode, yo, peace out.
Take it easy.